Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of our new podcast.
Yeah,
It's the same podcast, rebranded, but we finally got our fucking name down, and it is.
yeah.
Say it with me at the same time. Three, two, one. Hypocritical
Hypocritical
haters.
haters.
That's right.
It's perfect over the internet. We perfectly in sync.
Beautiful as it should be.
Anyway, I'm excited. Hypocritical haters is like the perfect name.
Yeah. So sorry to the large amount of people who wanted this GD podcast, but also stop telling me that you prefer that name over the new one because it's a little irritating when you do that, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's really stupid, especially since the name was terrible from the start. Griffin, you should kill your. I mean, you should you should work on your naming skills. Your kids are gonna have terrible lives otherwise.
Yeah, what's like a terrible name that Griffin would give his kids?
Tanner.
Or Maverick.
Preston, shut up, Preston.
Shout out Preston, bro.
I live with someone named Maverick.
Yeah, and he eats mac and cheese, hot dogs, and crab meat in a big stir fry.
Not even a stir fry. He just throws it all. He microwaves the mac and cheese and then throws in the hot dogs and crab meat.
Ugh. And here's the thing, again, with the hypocritical haters, I actually ate a bowl of mac and cheese and hot dogs the other day, and it wasn't bad. But once you add crab meat in there, I'm like,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first and last episode of the new Hypocritical Haters podcast.
it's like a chili dog without the chili, I guess. Chili cheese dog without the chili.
Really, so it's like a cheese dog, huh? Anyway, we're
Anyway,
talking about cheese dogs. How is this
yeah, what a
possible?
terrible, what a terrible start to our
It's
first.
better than the rest.
Yeah, I guess it beats the first episode of Everybody Has a Podcast. That's for sure.
I think this is our best opener so far.
You think? Do you really think so?
Yeah, what do you think is our best then?
I don't know. I really like the one where Griffin was like, "Yeah, too bad," or something like Grayson used to have great videos. You remember that? And then I was like,
Oh yeah,
"Oh,
it's a
welcome back."
classic. Yeah, it's a good one.
That one was pretty good. Not to
Anyway,
toot
let's
our own
not talk
dicks or
about.
anything.
Yeah, exactly. Um,
All right, we need a
dude,
topic. We need a topic. Give me a topic.
I got one right here. I was just about to say. So I got a would you rather for you.
Okay.
Okay, I woke up the other day at my dad's house. I'd forgotten where I was because of my recent events, which I can talk about later if you'd like. But
Mm.
I forgot where I was, and I woke up at my dad's, and I was like, "Dude, that's a perfect would you rather." So the would you rather is, would you rather teleport to a random place every time you sleep, or speak a different language every time you don't understand what someone is saying? So, like, whenever someone is explaining a concept to you, if you don't get it, then your language that you're speaking switches. So then you literally just don't understand them, and it goes on until you find someone that speaks that language, and then you can speak English again.
That's a really weirdly specific would you rather. The second one. The first one's like a classic, like, oh, okay,
I
I've done
know,
that one before. And the second
dude.
one's
I
just
know. I
like,
was I was having a hard time coming up with something that was similar, but like it wasn't as because sleeping is like once a day. But I was like the thing I was thinking about was like you speak a different language every time you eat, but I was like, no, that's too frequent. Nobody would ever choose that. So,
yeah, but think about that poor guy who's just an idiot and doesn't understand anything. Motherfucker is gonna
well,
be
yeah,
speaking in
dude.
tongues for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but then that he would just choose to teleport every time he wakes up.
Oh, you know what would be funny? You know, there's like that like
Are you
sect
gonna
of.
answer or are you gonna like,
Well, no, I have to. Let me get this off my chest. I've been thinking about this for a long time now. You know,
oh,
there's like
really?
that sect of Christianity where they speak in tongues and they just like it's gibberish, but like they're letting the Holy
Yeah,
Spirit speak through them. Imagine
Yeah, it's like
that's one of the
Presbyterian, I think.
languages that the guy gets in the Would You Rather.
Dude.
So no one can understand him. Finally, he
Or he gets
dies and goes to heaven, and God's like, "Yo, what's up, dude?" He's like, "Oh my God, thank you. What the fuck? It's been 20 years. I've been fucking stuck like that."
yeah, or it's like the language of that one tribe on that island off of Africa that doesn't they don't talk to the outside world at all.
That would make for a good movie. Like this dude has to go on this like Secret Life of Walter Mitty-esque journey where he has to like travel
Yeah.
across the world to get to this island, and then the first thing they say is like something that he doesn't like, it's an idiom in their language that he doesn't understand, and it just switches to another like fucking Madagascar
Uh,
language.
yeah. They like say the idiom and he just like stares there open, like jaw dropped, and he like looks kind of confused and then boom, roll credits.
That'd be pretty good. What was the question?
Anyway, would you rather teleport I'll say every time you wake up. Originally it's every time you sleep, but every time you wake up you teleport to a random place, or every time you don't understand like the concept someone is explaining to you, you speak a different language until you find someone that speaks that language.
God, that would be such a bitch. I don't know, man.
But think about like teleporting somewhere random too. It's also like super
Yeah,
inconvenient.
especially if you take a nap, you're just like you're in class one
Yeah.
day and you're like, and then just like
You like
whoa,
drift off.
and you like get that fucking sleep jerk that like jerks you awake, and you're just in fucking
Yeah.
like
Florence,
like
Italy.
communist China, just like in a sweatshop. Fuck. And you're like, all right, let me just go back to sleep to get out of here. And they're like, no sleeping, work.
Yeah.
Make that iPhone.
Uh,
Or sorry, that's when the dude next to you is like, dude, I had to come here because I didn't fucking I the only language I spoke was Chinese after I didn't understand why my girlfriend left me or something. I don't know.
he's like, dude, no way. I got here because I fell asleep in class.
That's the end of that conversation. They're just like, all right,
No,
anyways,
you haven't
back
answered
to
yet.
work. Oh, I'm gonna go different language. All right, let me ask you this: do I know the language that I'm speaking when it switches, or do I just have to like walk around until I happen to stumble into someone who speaks the
No,
language I'm
you
speaking?
know the language you're speaking.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I would
Yeah.
do that because then I could just like go on 4chan and be like, yo, does anyone speak fucking Korean? And some dude would be like, ni hao. I'd be like, dope. Let's
I love how I love how 4chan is your first choice.
maybe I wouldn't go on 4chan. You're right. Maybe I would. I don't know. What am I gonna do? Go on Facebook?
I don't
Just
know.
like
I feel like
typing
that's
on
kind
my
of cheating though.
typing on my Chinese keyboard. Like, does anyone know anyone who speaks Korean? My mom's like, "Are you okay? Are you having a stroke? What's going on?"
I feel like that's cheating though. I feel like you should have to like talk to the person,
Yeah, but
not
you
like
could,
text them.
I guess, yeah. But you could like coordinate a like a meetup with someone who lives like 20 miles away, as opposed to flying to fucking like North Korea.
That's yeah, because there's no South Korea that you could fly to. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I think I would just teleport somewhere.
But think about it like this: you could teleport anywhere. So you could
Hmm.
teleport to like bumfuck, like the island where like they haven't had contact with humans for like several thousand years, or just like in the middle of the Sahara Desert. You would just die unless you fall asleep again.
Dude, dying? That'd be dope.
Shut the hell up.
Oh,
Actually, that's my next topic: death. Pro or
oh.
against?
I am indifferent towards death.
We should start calling people who are in favor of euthanasia pro-choice. Oh, that came off much more political than I intended. I just realized. My dad's like, I've been
Uh,
saying it for years.
you're not saying anything new there, buddy.
You should join my Facebook group. I think you'll find you have a lot in common with us.
You like go to the pro-choice Facebook group. It's all like it's all just people talking about how abortion should be a woman's choice. You're like, but what about like people who want to euthanize themselves?
They're like, what are you, Canadian?
Everybody's like, yeah.
What's wrong with you? Oh, let's talk about that. That's a topic. Wait, before we pivot, what's your answer to the would you rather?
Oh, I said I'd probably teleport.
Oh, that's right. You already told me. Fucking stupid,
Yeah,
stupid, stupid.
yeah. Go ahead and talk about the Canadian person.
Yeah, so this is like, I'm officially the podcaster who did like minimal research, being that I heard about it on Instagram, on like someone made a
Mm,
meme about it.
me too.
So now I'm now going to talk about this as if I am an expert. So basically
Mm,
in Canada, they have like really they have like legalized euthanasia. I was gonna say like really loose euthanasia laws, but I don't even think it's loose. I think it's just there. And
I think it's just they like basically. I think they've just basically legalized assisted suicide.
yeah, but the catch is now it's become like an option that doctors give, like fairly, like, not uncommonly, I think. I don't know. I just heard about a case where like there's this person in a wheelchair who like wanted a wheelchair ramp for their like office building, and the doctor was like, "Okay, have you considered euthanasia though?" And they were just like, "What?" It was crazy.
Yeah, I think it's just somebody got injured and they were stuck in a wheelchair,
Is that what it is?
and while they were injured, and the doctor was like, "Okay, so I could put you like in a cast and in a wheelchair, and like you could go about your life, or I could euthanize you."
Or now, hear me out on this one. You may want to be sitting
Now,
down. Oh,
it's gonna
okay,
sound bad
you
at
good?
first.
Okay.
It may sound bad at first, but just like listen to the like some of the arguments I got for you. Hold on.
He does that thing, like, so he says it, and then he does that thing where like people like wave their hands all around them, and like, I know it sounds
Yeah,
crazy. I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're saying.
yeah, yeah. It's like that stand-up comedian that's like, okay, so technically speaking, now hear me out.
Oh, Louis
Technically,
C.K. Is that what you're talking
I
about?
don't think it was Louis C.K.,
Oh,
but he was like, listen to me. Technically speaking, R. Kelly is not a pedophile.
oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
And it's like, oh, what?
he's like,
And he's like,
technically, legally, it's hebophilia.
R. Kelly is a pedophile. And now here's the thing, and just hear me out for 1 second. Technically speaking, R. Kelly is not a pedophile. Just give me 1 second. I promise this goes well. Just hear me out. The term pedophile refers to people who are attracted to those that are prepubescent. Then there's something called a hebophile. That's people who are attracted to those in the early stages of puberty, like 11, 12, 13, 14. And then there's something called an ephebophile. That's people who are attracted to those in the later stages of puberty, like 15, 16, 17, 18. But I think the reason we don't make those distinctions is because it's very hard to explain the difference without sounding like a pedophile.
that's exactly what you're talking about. He's like, wait, just hear me out. He hasn't even said anything yet, but he's like, just listen to me. It's just sounds bad. He's like, technically speaking,
Yeah.
hear me out. Technically, wait a minute, don't leave. Technically, he hasn't even said anything.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. That reminds me of Theo Vaughn. Oh, dude, I'll have to put this in. But it's like there's like a Theo Vaughn answers like some kind of, it was one of those stupid like Wired like interviews where they give you a bunch of like
Yeah,
would you rather's and shit. And so it's
yeah,
like, would you
dude. Theo
rather,
Von's so funny though.
dude, the thing, I saw like one of his stand-up specials and it was just not that good. And I think according to people, like his other stand-up specials are really good. His just latest one sucked. But
Hmm.
like he's so naturally funny, like just in a conversation he's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, he is for real.
So I don't know, but he is disgustingly funny. And so the
Yeah.
question was, would you rather there be more porn stars or more murderers in the world? And he's like, I don't know if I should be saying this on the air, but I have a friend, and he's like, now this is my friend saying it, not me, but I have a friend who killed somebody, and he told me, and again, I would never say this. He said it feels fucking good.
I actually know a guy, probably shouldn't say this on here, but I'm not going to say names, but I know a guy who killed someone. And he said, and this isn't me saying this, dude, I wouldn't do something like this. But he said that it fucking feels good.
I was like, dude, how the fuck do you even just say that and not like crack up? That guy's fucking hysterical.
He is so funny. And he doesn't even laugh. He just like smiles at what he says because he knows
Yeah.
it's funny.
And he's
But
even
he
more
just like
smiling at
smiles.
what everyone else's reaction is, I feel like.
Yeah, it's so good. He's so funny naturally.
Legend.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, okay. Hard pivot. Actually, no.
We could soft pivot into my recent stand-up experience if you want.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I recently did stand-up.
Holy shit. Okay, hard pivot. Anyway.
Holy shit. Like you're offended at how boring that was. Holy shit. Okay, fine. We'll hard pivot.
Dude, have you heard of this is kind of old, but have you heard of Mike Itkiss?
It sounds like you're doing a D's nuts joke.
No, his name's Mike Itkiss,
Mm-hmm.
and he was running for political office.
Okay.
Dude, he as a publicity stunt, he released his sex tape.
Wow, I actually took a giant sip of water. That would have been great to do a spit take if I had a camera. That's crazy. Tell me more.
Dude, I really don't know much about it, but uh, what kind of publicity stunt is releasing your sex tape? Like, I get
We're
like
sitting here talking about it right now, Dan. I'm just
I
saying.
know, that's what I'm saying. I was just gonna say no publicity is bad publicity, but the only reason anybody would vote for him is because they've heard of his name.
Said that's how half politicians get elected, anyways. It's either that or just like, oh, you're a Democrat? Okay, here you go. Here's my vote.
Oh, true.
Matter of
Very
fact, take
true.
3. Take 3, Joe Biden.
Take one from me, my humongous penis, and my cancer that's in my liver.
Matter of fact, Gmail just died. You can have hers too while we're at it.
Yeah. And she had 3 because she was 80 years old.
She had disability, so she had like 4. Dude, that'd be crazy. If like instead of welfare, they just started paying people in votes. They're just like, all right, you get 5 votes this year because you did a lot of community service or something.
Dude,
That
nobody would
s-
do any community service.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, I don't know why I brought up politics. Like we are well versed in politics.
Well, I am well versed in that sex tape. I've seen it a couple times now, so.
Me too. Um, we watched it together one time actually.
Okay. Bit. Consider this bit sealed. No more bit.
You don't commit to the bit well enough.
Dude,
I'm calling you out.
I was all about horny Batman. I'm
We
still holding out
literally
against you.
we got close together when we watched it, and you don't even want to talk about it on the podcast.
No.
I feel like we grew together.
You just saved that whole segment from getting cut just there. You should feel proud of yourself.
Thank you.
Think of all
I
the.
told you got to commit, like I did.
You're right. And when
Anyway.
you're right, you're right, and you're right.
Yeah, I am always. Anyway,
Anyway,
dude. Okay, another segment.
segment.
I feel like this one will be a good one actually.
All right, let's hear it.
How do you feel about living in the moment versus capturing the moment?
I guess we can talk about it. Oh, that's really ironic because that is what my stand-up bit is about.
Yeah.
All right, tell you what, I'm just gonna do my stand-up bit
Mm,
real quick. No.
no.
Okay. Well, basically, all right. Yeah, all right. All right. We're going to cut that little segment. There's a lot of cuts.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk about living in the moment versus capturing the moment.
That is super ironic that we're talking about, like, all right, we're going to cut that out when we're talking about capturing the moment versus
Living in
living
the
in the moment.
moment.
And then we're going to turn around and be like, I hate capturing the moment. You should always try to live in the moment. Fuck everyone who doesn't do that.
Oh, we are?
Are you pro capturing the moment?
Well, I'm kind of on the fence, so I was just gonna play devil's advocate for
Uh,
whatever side you chose.
yeah, well, you're an idiot for that, so consider that. No, for real though. I
You
mean,
haven't even picked a side yet. How are you calling me an
I'm waiting for you
idiot?
to pick a side. That way I can call you an idiot. What's the name of the podcast, Dan? I don't know what you expected.
Yeah, true.
Dude, this
Alright,
really
what
is
do you
the
think? What
episode
do you
of
think?
Hypocritical Haters. Because we started, what was the earlier thing that we were doing that was like super hypocritical?
I don't know. We'll see it when we
Marvel.
watch it back.
Anyways, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So my stance is this, and it's based on science and not like COVID. All right, now I'm just sounding like a fucking conservative talking
Just
head,
say
man.
your freaking opinion, dude. Shut the fuck up and say it. God.
My opinion is that capturing the moment is lame for multiple reasons. Number one is science has proven that like you don't remember things well when you like take pictures or videos of it.
Mhm.
I don't know, source dude, just trust me, but
Mhm.
that was what science told me. Also,
Yeah.
I'm really into Buddhism right now, and I'm like, that's kind of their whole thing is like staying present, staying mindful, and not being distracted by like, oh, this is gonna go good on my Instagram later. Plus, it's like, here's
Yeah.
my thing, man. Like, you fucking like, don't stop me on this. People will be going to the Grand Canyon. People are going to the Grand Canyon. Take it. I'm gonna commit to it. I'm committing. I'm learning from my past mistakes. People go to the Grand Canyon and take pictures of the Grand Canyon. Like, shut the fuck up. Like they're gonna get the angle that no one has ever thought to get before. You know what I mean? Like they're lining up to take the same pictures of the dude directly in front of them, both of which are identical to the thousands of pictures of the Grand Canyon online. Something about an ant. I don't know. I'm done. I can't do this. Oh, fuck. For context,
Oh
in
my
case
God.
we cut out all of the leading up to that context, I wrote a stand-up bit, and that was kind of part of it. And I kept trying to do it earlier, and then Dan would be like, "No, just don't. That's such a corny thing to do your stand-up on the
I never
podcast."
said that. I never even said that.
So I didn't do it, and here we fucking are.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing at the fact you said, don't. You said, don't stop me on this.
Because I knew if I just launched into it, you're gonna be like, "No, we're not. I told you not to do that." I knew that was coming, so I was like, "All right, please don't stop."
Oh, man. God, that had me laughing so. Dude, I'm crying so hard. Oh, that's that's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
I hope that
Oh
comes
my God.
across in the fucking to the audience, and they're not just like listening to 3 minutes
Ugh.
of Dan crying and being like, "What is going on? And what is this about an ant?"
Oh, man. Oh, that was so good.
Anyways, what do you think?
Okay. Actually, though, hold on. Let me collect myself. Oh, man. Okay. So, living in the moment, I feel like there's a good reason for that because I thought the same for a while too. And I was like at the Backseat Lovers concert, I didn't want to record because I was like, I need to. This is like my first concert, and this is my favorite band. I gotta just like be here and like listen to them play. And the issue was, as soon as we left, I was like, man, that was awesome. But then I was like, dude, I wish I had videos of them playing so I could watch it back because it was so fun.
Yeah. Well, the key
But
to avoid both of those is to have your friend record the whole thing,
yeah,
and then you just
so
like live in the moment, and then you get the best of both worlds.
yeah, so I had Emily went with me to the concert and she recorded. So
Oh, so you did get the
shout
videos.
out Emily. Yeah, Emily had a couple videos.
Yeah. Matter of fact, Bree, you still haven't sent me the car seat headrest concert videos. Just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
Fuck you, Bree.
For that, you're on the hate list. The first
Yeah.
edition in like 4 episodes.
Oh, dude. Okay, I'll continue after, but since we're on this topic, shout out Tegan for the $5.
Oh, dude, I would have totally I mean, I totally remembered. And shout out Tegan, our first Patreon supporter.
Yeah,
$5. What a
thank
champ.
you for the $5.
Also, thanks for
Thank you.
driving Dan to the hospital. But more importantly, thanks for the
It's
$5.
okay. Don't say we'll do that later. We'll talk about that later. But we were talking about living in the moment versus capturing the moment. I haven't given my argument yet.
Oh, right. Sorry, I couldn't interrupt you there. I'm sorry.
So thank you,
Bree,
Tegan,
Bree,
for
send me that video.
the
Tegan, thank you.
money. Thank you for the money and for the drive, which I'll expand on later. Um, anyway, what I realized is, yes, you don't remember the experience immediately, or maybe in a couple of years you don't remember the experience as well because you're not living in the moment. But the whole reason. Like you, people made scrapbooks. They started making scrapbooks because it's like, man, I really want to remember this moment later on in my life, but in like 30 years, who knows how my mind will be? Who knows how my
Mm.
memory will be? So I want you to take a picture of me and my first child so I can have it in my memory, put it in a scrapbook, and then look back on it and be like, man, this is you as a baby. This is like this is when we went to the Grand Canyon. I know you don't remember, but like this is proof of it, of us going to the Grand Canyon. You were 2 years old and you were taking pictures of ants, but this is
with
like
with a
this
digital
is
camera of all things, you wouldn't believe it.
yeah. But this is us at the Grand Canyon. Like these are good times. These are good memories that I have. I just needed a reminder.
Mm. I hear what you're saying. However,
Mm.
two complaints. Number one, you don't remember. It's not a thing of like 30 years from now you forget it easier. You don't like the very next day you'd be like, hey, so like, what do you think of the Grand Canyon? And you like don't. You're like, I don't really know. It was just kind of there. Like it
Mm,
significantly impacts your memory like day one. And
I
number
would disagree.
okay, well science has says otherwise. So
Okay.
trust the
Thank you,
science,
science.
Daniel. Trust the science.
Science, what do you say?
Insert liberal Elmo clip.
Let's just fucking move on, please.
We believe in
The
science.
important thing is making sure the vaccines got rolled out. And last time I checked, it wasn't red fuzzy people not getting the vaccine. All the red fuzzy people I know, they took
They
the
took it
vaccine.
at the earliest opportunity.
It's maybe a different group of people who naturally, obviously, have a reason to be suspicious of government.
Anyways, now I'm
okay,
just
okay.
biting a whole other podcast bit. Anyways,
Yeah, just continue with what you were saying. What's your second thing?
second thing is Buddhism, man. It's like you cannot. It's physically impossible to be mindful while you're fucking holding the phone, like trying to figure out how to fucking press the record button, not
Yes.
accidentally taking a panorama photo of the whole thing.
Yes, Buddhism. The
Yes.
thing that makes the rules of everything and tells everyone how everyone should live their own personal individual lives.
And well, if they want to live the right way, then yeah.
Yeah. Living the right way is subjective, Grayson.
That's very Buddhist of you to say that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get
I
it
don't
from
think
Buddhism.
I don't think that is Buddhist to say at all. Actually, there's literally the
Yeah.
Eightfold Path. So never mind.
Yeah. Well, look at me.
Look at you.
I'm my own person. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And how is your happiness level, Dan? Are you doing well in life? How you doing?
Hey, I'm struggling along.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I get out of bed every day. Mostly every day.
Well, I don't know. You were in a hospital bed for 3 days, so I
Okay,
don't know
we can
about
talk about that. I said mostly.
it.
every
Wait,
day.
no, we're still talking. We'll get to it.
Okay.
I like. We're gonna hint at it. We're just gonna keep hinting at it until like 50 minutes.
We're gonna
in.
edge them. We're gonna edge the
Okay.
viewers,
All right.
and then we're we're never gonna talk about it, and then they're just gonna get blue balls.
Yeah. Let's. Oh, okay.
I hope you guys ever heard of edging.
All right. All right.
You guys ever heard of edging? It's when you get yourself right at the right near when you're about to just explode, and you just don't let yourself have it.
Yeah. So, my
Sort of
dad-
like me in the hospital. No, I'll stop there.
Yeah.
That was
I've changed though, dude. Ever since I feel like no, that's not true. Literally day one, I was like, I don't know if I can use first names on this podcast. So that's
yeah, and you haven't changed a bit.
Well, actually, I've changed a lot because then day 5, I told the story of that I'm not gonna repeat. I'm just now realizing, but I told an embarrassing story on the Politics and Shit podcast or episode.
Oh, okay.
It's about
The poo-poo
either
story?
politics or shit. What are we fucking talking about? Living in the moment. Oh yeah,
You're
so
talking
it's like-
about living in the moment is capturing the moment.
it's like fucking. I hate to be that guy, but dude, in Vagabond, man, he's like I see everything. He has the vision, man, and he's like all at once. He's taking in the fucking sunlight through the trees, the sword in his hand, the fucking guy across from him. He's seeing everything, and it's just you can't do that when you're looking through a little fucking lens at something. It's like, and you can create art using like video and picture and all that, but it's like that's a whole different thing from really experiencing something. Like who's taken their own wedding photos at their wedding? Nobody.
That's true.
Because they want to why?
That's
Because
true.
they want to experience it. Right?
That's true.
So I think ironically I might have been onto something when I was like, hey, have someone else fucking do it. Is like, either like take very minimal, like, all right, I'm gonna take 10 seconds to like take a quick video and then like completely ignore my phone for the rest of the night, or have your friend do it. Bree, send me that video.
What about that guy that was playing Clash Royale as soon as they got married? They were in the reception hall and he was on playing Clash Royale with his best man.
Oh, was that a thing? I didn't see that.
It was just a meme.
Oh.
Anyway,
That's true. I was, and speaking of hypocritical haters, I was playing Super Auto Pets at my graduation.
yeah, nice job living in the moment.
Dude, all right, finally I have somewhere to put this picture because there's 2 things. Number 1, I have a screenshot of Super Auto Pets, and at the top it's like text from Snake Arm. It's like, how's it going down there, buddy? And I'm like halfway to 10 wins. And then the other one is my mom, like she's like, oh, like how are you doing down there? What are you talking about? Like, what's going on? Like, how does it feel to be graduating? And I just sent her a picture of my 10 wins from Super Auto Pets. So put editor.
Anyway,
Put both those up, Jeremy. I mean,
Jeremy. Dude, okay, how about this then? So
Okay.
your thing with the Grand Canyon. Do you not think that people could take pictures of the Grand Canyon and then take in the Grand Canyon?
all right. So let me actually elaborate on that. Why? Like, I wrote a whole stand-up bit on it, as I'm sure you guys are uncomfortably aware of at this point. But why? Like, I don't get why people take pictures of the Grand Canyon. Like, I get taking a picture in front of the Grand Canyon. That makes sense because it's like, look, I'm here. But if you were to just take a picture of the Grand Canyon, what are you gonna do with that, man? You post it on your Instagram, you get some oohs, some ahs in
It's
the
for your.
comments.
Oh, god damn it.
And then you never. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? Like, why? Like, it makes no sense to me to take a
It's
picture.
for
of
your
something.
memory, dude. It's for your memories. You can
But
look
just-
back and be
you
like,
can just
"Ah."
go online and look up a picture of the Grand Canyon. It's gonna be the exact
It's
same,
not the
if
same
not better.
thing.
It'll be better.
No, but you-
No, you're right. It's better because it's taken by a better fucking camera that's not an iPhone
No,
5S.
because
It's blurry and overexposed.
no, because you took the picture, Grayson.
Why do I care if I
You
took the
took
fucking
the picture.
picture?
Because you remember you taking the picture.
That's what I want to remember from the Grand Canyon. The act of taking
No.
a picture of the Grand Canyon.
No, Grayson, you don't get it.
Clearly
You took
not.
the picture. You took the picture. You look back on the picture, and you're like, man, I remember going to the Grand Canyon and taking this picture. The Grand Canyon was dope.
But why do you need to be the one to take the picture?
Because it's a reminder, Grayson.
A reminder of taking the picture. Am I going
No,
crazy? This
no,
is crazy.
Grayson. Shut the fuck up and listen. You take the picture because you're there. It's like a reminder of saying, I went there and did it. I went there and went to the Grand Canyon and saw it. Going online and being like, yeah,
So
hey,
the
grandson,
picture
you
is
see
your
this
the picture is
grandson, you see
okay.
this
Sorry, go on.
picture of the Grand Canyon I took? Oh, wait, no, this is just Google. Oh, you've seen this picture because you looked up the Grand Canyon last week? Oh, that's kind of ruining the moment.
Yeah, but that's what my point is. You can't distinguish between the picture you took and the picture online. Like you'll just be like, oh, I think I took this one. Like the only difference
No,
is
you wouldn't.
okay.
Because you took the freaking picture, Grayson. Nobody's saving pictures of the freaking Grand
All
Canyon
right.
on their phone except for you.
Let me explain what you're trying to say in not stupid dumb words.
Oh, fuck you.
So are you are you trying to say that like the act of taking the picture and the picture is basically your souvenir from the Grand Canyon?
Yes.
And so that's why it's like taking a jar of sand from the Grand Canyon. It's like this sand, realistically, I could tell you it's from anywhere and you'd believe me, but it is from the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, no, way to fucking destroy my argument by taking something that I said and then ruining it with a jar of fucking sand.
No, because my mom has a jar of fucking black sand from the Hawaiian beaches, and that realistically could be fucking. Anyway,
Okay, but I'd never brought up your mom and the freaking black sand.
dude, that's
My
what
point
I'm
is,
saying. The sand.
look, Grayson,
The
shut the fuck up
point
and
is
listen.
the sand.
No, it's not. What?
What are you talking
The
about?
the thing is, people get different things from different experiences.
Like
Your
sand.
mom getting the black No, your mom getting the black sand from Hawaiian beaches is different to her because she knows it's from the Hawaiian beaches. She doesn't care that anybody could be like, "Oh yeah, maybe it's from Hawaii, maybe it's from Amazon,"
That's my
because she
point.
knows because she knows it's from the Hawaiian beaches and it reminds her of the Hawaiian beaches that she visited.
That's what I was trying to say. I agree with you.
Yeah, but you turning it into it being about sand is stupid.
Okay, well, I understood it. Ah, shit. Damn it. That just makes me sound stupid. Um, you're stupid. How's that? Try
Yeah,
that on for
thanks.
size.
Okay. I think we should move on.
Yeah, let's move on. And for those of you who say that we just agree too much, fuck you. You're on the hate list.
Yeah.
'Cause that
Also,
was a
speaking
nightmare.
of speaking of agreeing, I think we might be able to agree on this one.
Mm.
Have you seen anything from the Velma show coming out?
Yeah, I watched Moist Critical talk about it.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, my roommate hates Moist Critical though.
Why?
I think he just says he's like super boring, and like the only thing that he has, like that like is remotely interesting, is the fact that he just says like common shit a lot.
No. The thing that's
Oh
funny
no,
about
that's
him is
okay
he
though.
like the thing that's funny and interesting about him is he like first he has good analysis of things. He that's where I think your roommate is saying he just says common things, but he actually analyzes things and has his opinion, and people like respect that opinion because he has like like a level or yeah, a level head when it comes to his opinion on things.
Hmm.
And the other funny thing is he talks very monotonously, but the things he says are super funny. So he'll be like, "Yeah, so today I watched the world's biggest pee pee stinky doo doo stinker in the past 20 years. It was made by a studio that I think everyone was surprised hearing that Marvel hasn't come out with another good movie. So we're going to talk today. If you haven't guessed, we're talking about the shitty ass, your dad drank it, spit it out, and then shit on it, She-Hulk TV show." And he just says really creatively
He's just
obscure
creative
and
with how he describes things as piss and shit.
He just has creative toilet humor,
Yeah.
but he delivers it in a very monotone and bland way, which makes it really interesting and funny to listen to.
Yeah, well, I think that's exactly what my roommate doesn't like. Is it is creative, I guess, but it's like creative potty humor, and then it's also like not helped by the fact that it's super monotone. But I see why you might like it for those same reasons. So I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Surprise, surprise. People have different preferences on what they watch.
Actually,
Anyway,
that's kind of something I want to talk about. We can talk about that later.
dude, the Velma show.
Yeah.
It looks so bad.
I will say he had the world's best take when he said that it was probably like someone's like passion project, like some theater kid's passion project, and then a studio
Yeah.
was like, okay, but let's just like make it Scooby Doo, and then it'll sell more.
Yeah, probably.
And that's like almost certainly what happened, I think.
Yeah,
Either
I
that or
think so
someone
too.
was like, what if we took the Scooby Doo like genre and flipped it on its head?
Yeah. So those of you who don't know, the Velma show coming out is a twist on the classic Scooby-Doo show, where now the mystery gang is all in high school, but it's an adult cartoon TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And the gang is like Velma is obviously the level-headed. Um,
I don't
she's
know if I
like,
describe her as level-headed, to be honest with you. I think they took like the worst characteristics, like the worst
oh,
caricatures.
you know what I'll say instead?
Okay, what's up?
She is the logical thinker of the group, and she has like she doesn't. She's like the person that looks at everyone and is like, ugh, idiots. She's
Yeah.
like that's her caricature. Shaggy is now like, I'm definitely not a stoner. Stares at the camera. Not a stoner. Definitely not.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. And then Fred is just like really flamboyant and full of himself.
I don't know if flamboyant's the word, but definitely like they just turned everyone into the most boring caricature, generic stereotype bullshit I've ever
Yeah.
seen. It's like, all right,
And I bet you're.
like Velma
No, go
is the
ahead.
smart one. Okay, so like let's make her just super narcissistic and like fucking that's her whole character is that she's like smart and she knows she's smart. And then like fucking Daphne is hot, so let's make her whole character that she's like the brain dead hot one. Oh, Fred's also hot, I guess. Okay, he can also be that, but he's like male, so he's also like a jock douchebag. Shaggy stoner, that's his character. He's a stoner. Anyways, look at that. Oh, Scooby, whatever, just can that guy.
Oh yeah. By the way, I bet you guys are wondering what they decided to do with Scooby since everybody's these awful caricatures of themselves. Well, guess what?
They fucking
Scooby
killed it.
Doo, Scooby Doo isn't in the show.
Scooby Doo is dead, and we have killed him.
Yeah, they are. They didn't even put him in. So remember those shows that you watched, Scooby Doo? Yeah. Well, this is not Scooby Doo, except it is
This is
Scooby
the
Doo.
Velma show.
Yeah, but it's Scooby Doo, but it's not Scooby Doo because Scooby Doo isn't in it. But it's the Velma show, and it's not Scooby Doo.
Ugh, it's just so
Dude.
stupid, dude.
The one joke where like that they're in the locker room and like somebody falls over dead and they're like the skull is open and empty, and Velma's like, they have no brain, and then the cheerleader's like, ugh, and she's like, I'm not dissing them. They have no brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an actual joke that they make in the trailer. So hopefully you guys get excited for that. Let me know how it is if you
Oh,
watch it, and
also-
also if you watch it, let me know so I can block you on everything.
Yeah. We can put that on the hate list, the Velma show.
Yeah.
Yeah, also the cheerleader that you said is Daphne. It wasn't some random cheerleader.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So just yet another reason to fucking hate that show.
Mm.
All right.
See, so I couldn't even distinguish it was Daphne. It was just a generic cheerleader to me.
It literally is just generic, dumb, stupid girl. But she's hot. Anyways, you were in the hospital. We've been jerking our viewers' cocks for long enough.
Yeah, I thought we were dropping that.
Yeah. We are. We'll probably cut that.
No, we
Go
won't
ahead.
cut that.
Yeah,
We've been jerking our viewers off this whole episode, and
we cut
now's the
out
time to come.
we cut out
Now's the
all the
time to
rest.
come and listen.
We cut out the rest of the edging jokes and we just include. We've been jerking our viewers under the table for like 45 minutes now,
Yeah,
and it's right
yeah,
about time for their release.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right, so I don't even know where to start.
at the beginning. Nice, 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 nice.
I'm gonna leave the call.
That's fair. All right, this has been Everybody Else Podcast. I mean, fuck.
No, we have to re-record the whole thing.
All right, yeah, I'll start over. Hang on.
Okay, no, so
Oh, I did press. I thought we were done.
like a week and a half ago, my tummy started hurting. I was like, ooh, that's not good. And then I threw up, and I was like, huh, that's interesting. I did have a few drinks though, so I think that's probably why. So then I'm like, all right, I'll just go back to bed. I lay in bed. Ooh, my tummy hurts. It hurts so bad. I'm like, man, I can't sleep like this. But eventually I like fade off because I just can't stay awake anymore. Wake up, stomach's hurting again. I'm like crippled by it. I'm like, I can't get up. This sucks. But it doesn't go away for a couple of days. I can't keep any food down. Every time I eat, my stomach is like way worse. My sister's like, if it doesn't get better by today, then you need to like go see somebody. And I had told my dad at this point, and he has been begging me to go to the hospital since I told him. Um, the thing was, I wasn't covered under any medical insurance, so I would have had to pay out of pocket. And the thing that they were scared that it was appendicitis, which appendicitis, um, if you don't have medical insurance, it costs like 10,000 to like $35,000 to cover it.
Holy shit! Is it less if you
Yeah,
have insurance?
the insurance covers most of it. Yeah,
Oh, okay, I got you. I thought you meant like
that's
if
why
you
you.
have insurance, it's only like 5,000 to the insurance company. In which case, I was gonna be like, that's really
Oh
scummy and
no,
weird.
that's why people have health insurance. It's to cover things like that. And that morning, I threw up just a ton of bile. Which, if you don't know what bile is, it's just everything that's like in your stomach. It's all that good stuff.
Dude,
Nice yellowish green.
what the fuck, man?
So yeah, so then I was like, okay, that probably isn't good. And as soon as I told my dad that, he was like, okay, you know what? Go to the hospital. I was like, no, just because you said that, no. But then he had me talk to my aunt, who's a doctor, and she was like, yeah, I'm scared it's appendicitis, so you should probably see a doctor, go to the ER. And I was like, okay, dope, I'll just go then. So I went. I asked my friend Tegan, thank you for the $5,
Thank you,
and
Tegan.
the ride to the emergency room. She took me to the emergency room, and yeah, so it wasn't appendicitis, happy to say. Also, I was covered under health insurance. It had started that morning.
Oh, so
So,
it kind of was a good thing that you put it off for so long, then, huh?
yeah, I haven't learned my lesson. Um, so then they like check me out to see if it's appendicitis because it's super serious if it is. They find out where my pain is. They're like, okay, it's definitely not appendicitis. It's in a completely different part of your stomach. Um, but here, put this IV in your arm and then go wait in the waiting room. And then I waited in the waiting room for like 4 hours, I think.
Mm.
And
No,
then finally they call me, take me to a room in the back in the emergency room. They're like, okay, we're gonna do a CT scan to figure out what's going on. And that took a couple more hours.
damn.
I had been in the hospital for like 6.5 hours at this point. And dude, this part's funny. So I'm waiting on my CT scan. It had taken forever. Um, and the people come by to do the CT scan. The thing is, a phlebotomist, one of the people that like draws your blood, came over and was like, "Hey, I need to draw your blood." They're waiting on a blood test. I'm like, that's kind of weird. I did one earlier, but okay. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna set up. And then she like starts looking for my records to make sure that I need like how many vials they need of my blood. And she can't find it. So the CT scan people come by and they're like, hey, we need to do a CT scan on him. And she's like, oh, I'm trying to get a blood sample. They've been waiting on this blood test for a while. And they're like, okay, we'll just delay the CT scan. I'm like,
Oh my
no,
god.
no.
And you already got your
So
blood
then,
drawn?
yeah. So then she was like, oh, wait, I'm at the wrong room. It's the next room over. Like literally 10 seconds after they left. She was like, oh, I'm in the wrong room. You're in 22. I need to be in 23.
What
Then
is
she leaves.
dumb?
I know, terrible.
And how much time did
She
it cost you on
leaves.
the CT scan?
They come back 30 minutes later.
Oh, dude.
I'm like, dude, this sucks. Then they finally take me. They take me to the CT scan. I get in the little scanner thing. By this point, they have given me pain meds and nausea medicine because I was in a lot of pain.
Mm.
But after they gave me the stuff, I was like, oh, I'm chill now. I could go home. But they were like, no, you're staying. So they do the CT scan, which, by the way, very weird. It like made the part of my body that was being scanned was like hot when they were doing it because it's like radioactive.
Oh,
So
dude, it's like the classic, like, no, don't worry, like, X-rays are totally safe. And then the doctor goes and stands behind the fucking 3-foot cinder block wall.
yeah, literally, they were in a there was one room, the CT scanner, me inside the CT scanner. Behind me, they were in a room with the door closed and tinted windows. Yeah, they're like nothing harmful in there.
No, no, no.
Don't
You're
worry.
totally. It has no negative consequences.
Zzz. Yeah. Uh,
You start like fucking. Uh, I was trying to think of the word for like blowtorch, and I almost said like blow drying the door closed.
they start welding the door shut.
Yeah, that's
They
what I was
start
trying to
melting the
say.
door shut.
They start fucking welding it
They, s-
shut with a hair dryer. Just.
yeah.
This will take a couple
This,
hours.
yeah,
You
this is
got
gonna
time
take a
though.
couple years. They start putting makeup on the door handle.
I'm just freshening this door. It'll only be a couple minutes.
Yeah, so
Sort of.
anyway,
Never mind.
they do the CT scan. I leave, go back to my room, waiting for another hour while they analyze the CT scan. Um, ER doctor comes in. He's like, "Yeah, so we're thinking it's pancreatitis." I'm like, "Dope, I can go home." They're like, "No, you got to stay in the hospital a couple more days."
There's like, or you have your other option of we can euthanize you.
Yeah. Or
That was the whole point of this 10-minute story has been
yeah.
euthanasia joke.
This was my way of saying explaining to everyone what Canada did to that one person. Um, no, but anyway, he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna need to stay in the hospital a couple more days." I was like, "That sucks."
You're like, all right,
Okay.
as long as I don't have to watch Seinfeld, I'm okay.
Yeah, I was like, as long as there's good TV shows on, and then Family Feud comes on, and then after that, Seinfeld comes on. I'm like, man, this place sucks.
Yo, what was he saying about euthanasia again? Bring that back.
You guys said you could euthanize me? Yeah, let's.
You said it's painless? Okay, all right. How much does
Do
it
I want to
cost?
talk to a? Do I want to talk to a what? A preacher? No, I don't want to. Get that out of here.
No,
Just
I want to talk to a lawyer, get my fucking accounts set up, get my will.
anyway.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a
So
funny story.
then
Go ahead, though.
they moved me up from the ER to the actual like hospital bed, which, by the way, hospital beds very comfy, much better than emergency room beds.
Hmm.
Um,
Interesting.
I don't know why everybody complains about the hospital, but too, by the way, because like first of all, you're literally every need is being taken care of, and then also all you do is sit in your bed all day, and all anybody does on nowadays is sit on their phone. So that's all I did. I just freaking watched movies all day.
Yeah. No, we'll have to lecture Garrett on how he's really wrong about hospitals sucking.
Yeah, seriously. Having leukemia isn't that bad. Like, just watch YouTube on your phone.
This
Yeah.
this is all of our edgy tokens in one joke, in case anyone's wondering.
Yeah. Thanks, Tegan, for the edgy tokens. It's
Thank you.
going to good use.
Tegan, this is we
Um,
only made those jokes because Tegan donated to the Patreon and gave us edgy tokens for the record.
yeah, for the record. Anyway, yeah, that was my hospital experience. It was just every day I'd wake up and it was just like I'd wake up, they're like, "Hey, do you need pain meds?" And the first night I was like, "Please, fucking give it to me, please." I was in so much pain.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the night before, actually, the first night I was supposed to stay there, I was like, "Dude, I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything literally all day." They're like, "Okay, well, you can't eat anything past midnight because they're gonna do a ultrasound on your gallbladder to make sure you don't have gallstones at
What are
6
you?
in the morning."
What are you, a fucking gremlin? What the fuck?
What?
That's a deep cut movie reference. Cue video of wheelchair lady flying off off the fucking stair escalator thing in the Gremlins. Go. Anyways, continue.
Anyways, they said you can't eat anything past 12. It's 11 o'clock. I'm like, dude, you guys better bring me food like now. And they're like, okay, we got like a turkey sandwich lunchbox thing for you. I was like, oh, dude, I'll take it. I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything all day. Okay, they're like, okay, I'll go grab it for you. They give me the turkey sandwich. It's literally bread, two slices of turkey, bread, and then a packet of mayonnaise, packet of mustard.
No
I'm like, man,
cheese.
no.
Ugh, that's fucking criminal.
Yeah, so I'm like, ah, okay, well, I haven't eaten anything. I'm starving. This looks actually appetizing because I'm so hungry.
Uh.
So I dump the mayonnaise and the mustard on it. I eat it. I'm like, oh, this is the best turkey sandwich I've ever eaten in my life. It was it was so good, but it was literally only because I was so hungry.
Could you imagine if you had like your favorite? What's your favorite food?
Sushi.
Imagine if you had sushi in that moment, dude.
Ugh. I literally would have busted and cum and jizzed everywhere.
I would have shit and come at the same time into my cum shit.
It would have been like being fingered in the butthole and also being made cum in the most glorious way possible. It would have been like if 10 angels sucked me off all at the same time, only for me to cum on every single one of them.
Took the words.
Anyway, that was
You
moist
took the
critical.
words right out of my mouth. Moist critical.
Anyway,
Anyway,
so I had that. They also had a little cup of applesauce, and
the
that was
applesauce was
also
just
good.
fine. Where are we at on the applesauce?
Dude, I was so hungry. I wasted all my hunger tokens on the turkey sandwich.
My hunger took.
Yeah.
My food bar was already filled up. I had no more appetite for anything else.
Yeah. And then there was a bag of pretzels, and I ate that, and I
I
was
think
like,
I
okay,
actually made.
bedtime.
I think I actually made the Minecraft eating noises when I was eating that sandwich. It was
Yeah.
pretty hilarious.
Um,
Your nurse is in the room, like, change your IVs. What the fuck was that?
I eat it, dude. You remember? This is a throwback. I start eating it. Nom nom.
Do we have to explain that now?
No.
No.
Anyway, no, we're just gonna move on.
Wait, no,
So
no, no,
after
no.
I,
Wait. Insert clip of Kid Cudi eating Rice Krispie treats. Okay, now continue.
anyway, so that was my first night. I went to sleep. Before I ate though, actually, I was like, I told the nurse, I was like, if I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna need like pain medicine and nausea medicine because otherwise I'm gonna be throwing it all up and after I eat it. She's like, okay, I'll give you those now. I'll come in with the lunchbox right after, and then you could eat. And I was like,
Nice
dope.
try, morphine addict. I know your tricks.
Well, so listen, they didn't give me morphine. They gave me tramadol, which is actually it's an opioid. So um, they gave me one of those and then like a nausea thing. Ate that, or then I ate the food, and then I went to sleep. woke up at like 4 a.m. and I'm like in ton of pain. And they have a little nurse button. I hit that, and they're like, "What can I do for you?" I'm like, "I need pain meds." And the nurse was like, "I gave you the pain meds already. So if you need pain medicine, I'm gonna have to give you morphine
Sexy.
because she already gave me the tramadol." So she was like, "I don't want to double dose you." I was like, "Okay, just give me the morphine." So she gives me the morphine. Immediately, it's like, one, I feel warm, and two, the pain is gone. And I'm like, "Oh, this is great." I go back to sleep. Um, I wake up again at 6 a.m. And they're like, "Okay, I need to do the ultrasound." And then I like lift my little gown so she can see my tummy. And she's like, "Okay, the gel's gonna be a little cold." And then she puts the gel on. Literally freaking ice cold, dude. I was all warm and cozy. And she puts it on my stomach. Dude, it was like she took the freaking ice from freaking Antarctica and was like, "All right, time to feel it on your tummy. Let me know how it feels."
Like this is gonna be a little chilly, and she pours like liquid nitrogen on your stomach. You might feel a little cold. It might give you goosebumps.
But yeah, so she does the ultrasound.
She's like, "Oops, I absolutely put it on your cock." I don't know.
The only way to get it off is if I suck you off.
I gotta get it off with my mouth.
Yeah, I like grab some more. I'm like, "Oh no, you accidentally spilled a little more on there. You better get in there."
No, you don't even enjoy it. She's just like, "Oh, is that feel better?" You're like, "Ah!"
Teeth, teeth, teeth.
Oh shit. Anyways, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, after she does the ultrasound, I find out no gallstones. It's because I drank too much alcohol. So now I guess I'm like done. They gave me a little discharge packet. I can't eat anything with a ton of fat in it right now.
Mm.
Um, can't drink alcohol probably ever. Yeah,
Ooh.
so
All right, edgy joke that's getting cut.
anyway,
It was worth an effort, I think.
there's I can't laugh at it.
Yeah. Anyways, continue.
We just talked about that's getting cut, but we just talked about a nurse sucking me off because she had to get liquid nitrogen off my penis. It's funny. Anyway, yeah, that's where I'm
The
at
nurse is
now.
listening to the podcast. Excuse me, what?
Mm, yeah, so that was my hospital experience. I probably put too much detail in there, but we can cut whatever we cut. So we're starting a GoFundMe for acute pancreatitis. It's
Yeah.
not for like solving the disease. It's just so I can have money. Um,
Yeah.
so please donate. We're not actually doing a GoFundMe. Just give all your money to me on Venmo. My Venmo name. Hold on, I mean, what do they even is the Venmo name? Venmo tag?
You're asking me, motherfucker. I don't know.
Anyway, my Venmo tag is Daniel Brooks 59.
Please, someone request him money, and then he'll accidentally accept it, and then be like, "Please, no, I need that to eat."
Yeah,
Like that one meme from like 6 episodes ago.
yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway,
this has
I
been.
think. Hold on,
What?
I think we end on the poem segment.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. This is gonna be a longer episode, but I guess whatever. It's the first one of many.
Plus, we'll cut out a bunch.
Plus, I'm gonna come. Sorry.
A lot of cum jokes in this one.
Plus I'm gonna come, so there's that. I'm gonna come like 6 angels sucking each other off, and I'm watching what?
Uh, anyway, do you want to start or you want me to start?
I gotta pull mine up, and I'm not gonna be able to pay attention. Actually, I can. You can start.
You sure?
No, hang on. All right, let's see here. I nice and close. Okay, I'm
Okay, please don't do that.
looking. Was that like ASMR? I'm now
Yeah, it was
stroking your
awful.
ears.
It felt like you were crawling up the back of my neck.
Oh fuck. Hello?
I said you go first.
Who's Hugo? The mountain peak.
No, we're not starting like that. Just reset. All right, take a deep breath and then start.
Do you want me to do it ASMR style?
No, God.
Sorry. The mountain peak.
Stop, dude. Just freaking read the poem. God.
Oh, this Blue Yeti. You parents, you should have never got me this. I have too much power now.
Seriously.
Canvases of snow enshroud the mountaintop, tinged with the enticing blue of ice below. My eyes grow dull, my heart slows to a stop. Sleep, the intangible foe. Dark smoke billows from the fires. Oh, fuck. Fuck! I fucked it up, man! I fucked it!
It's like super calming. No, I can't scream, but
Yeah, it's just like some dude doing ASMR with anger problems. Dark smoke billows. Fuck, dude! I fucked it, man! Fuck! He starts like punching his leg really hard. Fuck! Anyways,
anyways.
I'm just gonna start over.
Yeah, probably just start over.
Kansas. No, I actually am proud of this poem. I'm butchering it.
Classic.
It's called The Mountain Peak. Damn, I got the fucking giggles, dude. You go. I can't do this.
Okay. All right. This is probably one of the more proud ones, and it's kind of fitting for my recent experience. Damn it, now I have the giggles. Okay, hold on. I don't name my poems. Okay, so are you still there, my hollow heart of nothingness? Then fill me with more than a deaf, blank stare. Conjure tears of joy or fervor, either of which I wouldn't care. I waste the life you pump through my veins, although it's not much to be fair. Just fill me with enough to reach death's unbiased feet, then leave me finally there.
For those of you with headphones on, check this out. Anyways,
Yeah.
did that
I
work
don't know
for
if
you?
you can hear me snapping. I could hear a couple of your snaps.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was fire, dude. I like it.
Thank you. Let's
Should
hear yours.
we discuss it, or do we just jump into mine?
Let's hear Paul Allen's poem.
I do title mine because I'm awesome. Mine's entitled The Mountain Peak. Canvases of snow enshroud the mountaintop, tinged with the enticing blue of ice below. My eyes grow dull, my heart slows to a stop. Sleep, the intangible foe. Dark smoke billow. Fuck. Dark smoke billows from fires. I had it, and then you chimed in with your no, motherfucker.
Sorry.
Dark smoke billows from fire's smoldering furnace, the hot metal of the wreckage creaking behind me. Sheets of white cold await the slightest disturbance, labored clouds, shallow and raspy. Where I once welcomed sleep's warmth, now I fear it. I now fear it. Apologies. To embrace rest is to ensure my own death. Its once gentle soul, now a malevolent spirit, awaiting the cessation of my breath. My face long since numbed to the outside, the harsh indifference of the mountain air. Alone I am stranded, my limbs frozen to my side, my eyes already dead, only stare. Wrote that in college when I was fucking addicted to YouTube. Shit sucked.
Banger. And on that note, we'll now end the episode. The first ever episode of our new name, Hypocritical Haters.
Hypocritical haters. Also, poetry's stupid. Thanks everyone for listening. This has been.
Thank you for listening.
This
Hey, actually,
what?
follow us on our new social media.
Oh yeah,
We're starting a Spotify. We've got Instagram going.
Oh yeah.
We've got. We're gonna rebrand the YouTube names.
Yeah, this is our little like 10 seconds of plug before we end. We're now on Spotify. That's honestly the most exciting thing. We're on Spotify. Check us out there. Patreon is getting updated. Instagram's getting updated. Or we're getting an Instagram. We'll probably get a TikTok, but I don't want to be responsible for that, so I'm gonna make Dan do it or Jeremy. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, 10 seconds of plugging over. Goodbye.
Yeah. Wait.
Motherfucker, I'll let you end it.
You never gave the @ You never gave the @ The @ is Hypocritical Haters on Instagram. It's literally just Hypocritical Haters. Because that's how good the name is.
Yeah.
And then on on Spotify, it's the same thing. You just look up Hypocritical Haters and we literally come up. We're one of the first things to come up. It's so exciting.
Oh,
we
that
didn't
is
have
true. We
those.
are already too. We literally have like 2 listeners, which is me and Dan. Have you listened to a full episode? I have.
No, I will though. I'll play them.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me rate us 5 stars until I listened to a full episode. So I just hit play and like turned down the volume and then just like played Xbox for an hour and then I was like, okay, time to give myself 5 stars.
Yeah, if you've already listened to the previous episodes, do the same thing.
Yeah, listen to all the episodes too.
Yeah.
We
And
don't
thank you
get
for
paid
listening
it,
to this
but
one.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this one. I appreciate it.
Shout out.
And
wait, I wanted to shout someone out for a while now. Oh, Sean Scraba. Shout out Sean Scraba. He's doing fucking marketing for us, man. He's telling people to listen. Shout out Sean Scraba.
yeah, shout out Sean Scraba. And thank you for everyone who hasn't told us about the people they've told the podcast about.
Yeah, if you're promoting our podcast and like recommending it to other people, like straight up appreciate you, man.
Yeah, shout out Christian Chata and Nikolai Dietrich.
I don't know who they are, but
my friends from the military. You listen to the podcast. I appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate you.
Yeah. All right. It's been
wait.
Hypocritical Haters.
I thought we were. Can we drag it out for another 10 minutes, maybe?
No.